Hello, how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're a returning viewer, glad to have you back. And welcome to an episode of Justin Dogs Games. Today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, I don't know if this is reversed for you guys, but it's reversed for me, and it looks really weird. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, I haven't finished it, and story-wise, I haven't gotten very far. To be honest, I've only done the training, and I've done, I've beaten the first bad guy. But I do have a little bit to talk about so far. So before we get into that, grab your drinks, which I got here. Grab your snacks. I don't have any snacks with me. Let's get into this. Pumpkin spice and coffee. Very yummy. So, Assassin's Creed Mirage. Honestly, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. In my opinion, I want to say right off the bat, for me personally, it's better than Valhalla. And I know some people are gonna be like, "Whoa, really? What?" But yes, to me personally, I find it better than Valhalla. And there's a couple of reasons for that. I know when I first got the game, I played a little bit, and then I messaged a friend of mine because he said, "Hey, I'm playing it tonight too." So I said, "Okay," and he said, "Oh, he thought it was fantastic, he loved it." And I said, "Yeah, I like it too." I said, "Unfortunately, but there's a lot of nothing to do, if that makes sense." And by that basically I mean that the map was big and there's not really anything to do. Now I've continued playing a little bit more. And it's half true still, but not really at the same time. It takes place in Baghdad. Outside of the city, there's a lot of nothing to do, except sand and desert, and that's pretty much it. There's a few places where you collect treasures, and you do collect things outside of the map, but they're so far and few, and they're so far apart. So I mean, it's nice to look at, but again, I mean, it's not much to do out there. When you get into um, the city's it's pretty big, but it's small in terms of, like, if you remember in the older games, let's say like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, stuff like that. The cities, like the city streets and stuff, were condensed. They were very, like, small. Like the streets and the streets and stuff were very condensed. They were small. Um, but there are lots of streets, so still the towns were big. This is essentially how Baghdad feels, and it kind of feels like, sometimes it feels like you're playing Assassin's Creed 1. It really brings back the feeling of playing the older games. Um, you have a few things that also came back as well too, like the wanted posters, like the wanted system that was implemented in Assassin's Creed 2. Um, you kill guards, you kill people in the streets, you steal stuff. Any illegal action um, gives you notoriety. I think that's how it's pronounced. Um, and it makes your wanted bar fill up. Now there's three tiers to the wanted bar, and each makes the guards, more and more known of you. So if you're level 1, you can walk past the guards. They're just like, "Hey, you look familiar," but they won't really do anything unless you stand there, right? Because there's a little bar at the top that fills up as well too. Um, you know, the second one, it's not advised that you walk past them. Because they can see you at a distance, and they're like, "Hey, it's that guy," and then they'll kind of, the bar will fill up faster because you're a little bit more wanted. They know you more, so they'll just start coming towards you right away. level 3, if you have level 3, as soon as the guards see you, boom, they're instantly on you right away. Um, and that's how it was. The same thing with Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, and 3 as well. Were exactly the same way. Um, so the way how to get rid of this is, they put up wanted posters. Now they did that in Assassin's Creed 2. That's where that started. Um, 3 Brotherhood. I know I did those in the wrong order, but still. So you just walk up and you'd rip the poster down, and then one level you drop down one level, or at least a half percentage of that level. I can't remember in the older games if it's a full level or half. I can't remember. Um, and the second way to get rid of it is to talk to the preachers who are talking and preaching in the streets. They basically tell you, say the good things, they say the bad things that's going on. They're basically the news, essentially, in that time period. Um, so you would go, in the older games, you would pay them money, and they would start speaking good of you. In this one, there's tokens that you can get. You don't pay the people with money in this game. So like the merchants, you say, and the monks and the what are they called? The preachers or whatever I just said. There's 3 different ones. I don't know. Anyway, so instead of paying them money to get them to do what you want, you give them tokens. And these tokens, you exchange these tokens for their services, which is pretty interesting. Now, the way to get these tokens are you can do assassin contracts, and you get tokens from them. You also get tokens by pickpocketing people as well. That's another thing they brought back too. Yeah, there's a pickpocketing mini game. You can turn it on, like you can leave it on, or you can turn it off and just be instant. I turned it on, honestly, to make it instant, just like the older games. I don't like, having to do a mini game every time I do something, so I turned that off. Um, so it's pretty cool. Also, another thing too that I really like about this one, and it's something that I didn't like about Origins, Odyssey, or Valhalla. The Hidden Blade instantly kills everybody, and that's one thing that I'm really happy that they brought back. um, in in the other games, Origins, Odyssey, and the other one, I believe you had to upgrade the blade. Well, it's not a blade in Odyssey. I think it's in Odyssey it's the spear. So I'm not really going to include that. So we'll say Origins and Valhalla. You had to upgrade the hidden blade to be able to, kill the guys instantly. It also included stealth kills with the blade too. To me it was ridiculous. I didn't like that feature. In Valhalla, there is a feature in the gameplay options menu to make the hidden blade kill everybody instantly, like the older games, in which I turn that feature on because I'm like, I'm not gonna run around and upgrade the blade and all that because you already have to upgrade. There's so many things you have to upgrade and do in that game, anyways. You have to upgrade your city, you have to upgrade your armor, your weapons, and blah blah blah. There's so much to do, way too much to do, in my opinion. So I turned that off. So I could play it, like the older games. Mirage, like I said, the blade instantly just ching, just like that, like the older ones, and I love it. I love it. Sometimes it does. It feels like you're playing Assassin's Creed 1 to 3, I'd say. Not including 3, but I mean like 1, 2, and Brotherhood and Revelations. It really feels like you're playing those ones just because of the setting and all that too. It's very, very good. Um, I really enjoy it. Like I said, I haven't gotten very far. I'm still kind of early into the story, but you can unlock the whole map. You can explore the entire map Nothing's unlocked. Nothing's locked to you, that, to my knowledge. I haven't done the whole city yet. I did the whole outside of the city, like the outside. It's called a wilderness. I did the whole wilderness, um, and I'm doing the city by section because the city's done by section. It's called the round city, um, and it's in districts and stuff. So I'm unlocking it in districts, like not really unlocking, but I mean I'm opening it up and cleaning it out by everything you have to do. So like I'm doing all the they're like these things called like historic markers or whatever. So like I'm doing all those and this and that. So I'm basically cleaning each district separately instead of doing everything all at once. But I can honestly say that when I seen a comment on YouTube saying that this game is better than Valhalla, in my opinion, honestly, because I'm more in love with the older games, I have to agree. I have to agree because honestly, with especially with Origins, I remember when you're doing the main story in Origins and stuff, even early in the game, you can't progress because you have to level up, and that's one that I didn't like. That I don't like being locked behind things like and it doesn't tell you you have to level up, but highly suggests because it gets to a point even in the very beginning. You're doing the story, blah blah blah, and you're not even very far, and you come to a point where I can't remember. I think you have to. I can't even remember. It's been so long, but I know you have to infiltrate someplace, and the enemies are high level, and it's like you have to. It's highly suggested you level up, and it's really early in the game. So like you have to spend time in the world, like the game world, doing this and that. And while exploring is nice, but it shouldn't be forced. If you want to explore, that's great. If you don't want to, you shouldn't have to. But yeah, there was a lot of times in that one. Amazing game, by the way. I love Origins. It's one of my favorites. That's just one of the little things I don't like about it. But hands down, one of the best ones. Um, but yeah, there's just none of that in Mirage. You can pretty much just do. You can upgrade your weapons and armors and all that. I can honestly say I haven't even upgraded anything at all yet, and I'm not even having an issue yet. Yeah, some guys are taking a little bit longer to take out because their armors are stronger and whatever, but overall, I haven't had that much of a problem. Um, the instant kill counter is back from the older games, which, I smiled so hard when I seen that. I know some, so I've seen some complaints about that. A lot of people don't like that too much, but I love that. A good friend of mine who watches my video on occasion and who loves Assassin's Creed as well can definitely agree with this statement that I'm going to say, and it's just awesome. Like I remember in 3. Actually, no, sorry, it was in 2. It's Assassin's Creed 2, and I think it was in Venice, the last city you go to. And I remember there's one part where there's a whole bunch of guys, you can just have it where guys are constantly coming after you, like if your notoriety is high enough. And if you can time it properly, guy will swing, you can dodge, bring the blade out and swing like that, and just constantly do that. By the time I was done, the city was littered in guard bodies and stuff. Um, it was just the craziest thing. And it's satisfying when you're able to do a perfect dodge and then just do the blade. Um, and you could do that in all of them up till um, I think Black Flag maybe would have been the last one. I don't think you can kill with the use the blade in combat on Unity or Syndicate. I don't know. But yeah, I know they brought that back because they're using your sword. You deflect because you have a sword and you have a dagger in this one. So, sorry about that. When you're fighting, there's a thing. They glow green for a second, and that tells you how, like, if you can dodge. If they glow red before an attack, that means you can't block that attack. It's too strong. So you would, roll out of the way or something. Now, if they attack with an attack that you can block, press the block button, He brings his dagger out and he blocks with the thing. It makes him stagger. A button pops up that says kill, right? And you press it, and he does it with the sword. He doesn't kill them with the blade in this one during combat, but he kills them with their sword or the dagger or something. But still, the fact that you can do the counter instant kills essentially, bringing that back, that was really cool. If you have Ubisoft Connect, which I have had for I think 9 years, it said last time I checked, you can get Altair's robes, you can get Ezio's robes. Now the cool thing about that one is every single game that's come out since Brotherhood had some sort of like the Ubisoft had like their program going, and you can get you get points and stuff for doing things in the game, and you can get coins and stuff and unlock extra outfits, exclusive from the Ubisoft thing. Every single game has been Ezio's Brotherhood robes. Now that's his master robes, by the way. With the exception of there's one game I can't remember, but it gives him his original just street clothes, or not street clothes. Sorry, his regular his basically not training robes, but his regular robes. And I can't remember which game it is. But every single game, minus whatever one that is, I can't remember, you can unlock Ezio's master robes from Brotherhood. This one changes it up and gives him his Revelation robes, the darker colored ones with the fur on the shoulder and whatnot. And I thought that was really cool. I'm like, hey, that's really cool. It's a nice change. And you also get Basim's his robes from Valhalla, what he wears, later on. Because this game here, this Mirage game, stars Basim, the character, who you play as, and he's in Valhalla, which is the game that came out. This is the last game. This is the one that came out just after Valhalla came out a little while ago now. Probably a couple of weeks ago, not too long ago. Probably a couple of days ago now. But this one takes place, years before Valhalla does, before Basim goes and meets up with Eivor and all them. So this is his younger years. So it's pretty good. I like I said, I do really like this. I don't want to make this too long. It's almost 20 minutes, 17 minutes now, almost. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Spoiler free. Because again, like I said, I haven't gotten that far. But I really, really like this game so far, honestly. One of the biggest things I really like about it is that it's not as big as the other ones. Because, oh my god. Like, especially Valhalla. Like, way, 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 way too big. Yeah, they give you a lot to do, but just, it's too big. It's way, way too big. In my opinion, Assassin's Creed should not be this huge, huge open world RPG game. It should be more like the older ones. Yes, you go to different places and stuff. I like how Black Flag did it. Black Flag was essentially open world. It was the start of the open world games, essentially. And the way how it did it is there were two maps instead of one gigantic, huge ass map. There was two. Unless maybe was that one or was that Rogue? I think it was Rogue. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was Rogue that was split into two. But still, so basically, you were on a ship and you go different places, and then you would go so far, and it would say you want to go to this place, and then you would go into the second part of the map. Yeah, I think that was Rogue. But yeah, so basically, Black Flag was the start of the open world ones. But the way that it did it was much better. Instead of like you was travel somewhere on a boat, and you would get off, and then that area would have its own map. So I don't know. I know technology is getting more powerful and everything, and everything's just free. Like, there's no loading or anything now, but I don't know. To me personally, the games are getting way, way, way too big. Um, but this one here, yes, it's small. Like, yeah, it's still big, but it's nowhere near as big as the last three. And truly, I wish that the games could be near that size. They don't need to be super big. Anyways, but that's my review. Overall, I love the game. It's amazing. I don't really have any complaints about it. It feels like you're playing the classic games in a more modern style. That's all I can really say. If you guys like it, if anybody has played it and they want to leave a comment, don't put any spoilers, because I know there's some people who watch my videos who haven't played it or not even at that game yet. So leave your comments, just spoiler free. That's all I ask. Your thoughts about it. So, with that being said, I hope you all guys have a very good day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, and have a good day.